For problem 2.1, lifetime fees equals committed capital times percentage of management fee every year, which turns out to be 42.5 million. And investment capital equals committed capital minus lifetime fees, which turns out to be 157.5 million.
This is the answer for exercise 2.2. This question asks us to calculate the lifetime fee and investment capital for a venture capital fund of $1 billion using a hybrid system, which means calculating the management fee based on the committed capital of year 1 to 5 and based on the net invested capital from year 6 to 10. The advantage of this system is that it minimizes the incentive for firms to overinvest in early years. The assumption of this exercise is that fund is fully invested by the beginning of year 6, which means that the invested capital starting from year 6 is the $1 billion in total. And the second assumption is that 20% of the investment capital is realized each year from year 6 to 10. The answer of this question is shown in this Excel sheet, and I've highlighted the final answer, which is 140 million of lifetime fee and 860 million of investment capital.
For problem 2.3, the carried interest equals the profit times the carried interest basis. On the structure 1 cost, it's based on the committed capital, so we use total proceeds, which is 5Z, directly minus the new fund and times the carried interest basis X%. And on the structure 2, because it's based on the investment capital, so we have to use the total proceeds minus the 10 years management fee first, and times the Y% carried interest basis.
This is Group 6's answer to question number 1 in chapter number 3. This problem asked us to create a 5-year report of gross and net returns by year for the VC portfolio of BidCo pension plan. The text in black indicate the hard inputs found from the question in the textbook, while the text in blue are the answers that we calculated. Gross returns were calculated by dividing the ending value by the sum of the beginning value and new investments and subtracting 1. Net returns were calculated by dividing the difference between the ending value and carrying interest, which in this case was distribution to general partners, and dividing it by the sum of the beginning value, new investments, and management fees, and subtracting 1 from the total value. The gross and net compound return values were calculated by using this formula, while the values of the gross and net annualized returns were calculated by using this formula.
This is the answer to homework 1, question 3.4 from Group 6. In order to find the internal rate of return for XYZ fund, we first need to calculate the cash flow for each period. So, using the formula showed in the screen, we can find the cash flow for each period from year 1 to year 10. Using the Excel formula for IRR, then we can find the IRR for each period. Because in the beginning years, there is not much positive cash flow, so the number for IRR is not valid. Starting from year 6, we have valid IRR numbers. Then, using the formula showed in the screen, we can find out the value multiple, realize the value multiple, and unrealized value multiple for each period. After this, by plotting the valid IRR numbers, we can find the IRR curve, which shows a J-curve pattern, which is not an exception. Thank you.